Today's video is going to be about censorship and how in the 21st century, the year 2025, I believe that trying to cancel anyone or censor anyone in today's day and age is bullshit. Now, obviously, if you're doing things that are obviously against the law, well, then yeah, you should be investigated by authorities and whatever. That's a whole nother. That's like so fucking obvious, and it's like preaching to fucking third graders. But anyway, it's gonna be about censorship in regards to music. And yesterday I was on Bandcamp just looking around at some albums and just going through, the collection and stuff like that. And I noticed that the Pissgrave albums were all white. Like the album was there on the website, but the album art was just all white. It was just like it didn't even say like censored, didn't say anything. It was just a blank white square. And at first I thought it was like a glitch in my computer. And I refreshed it and I was like, what the fuck? And it was still just all white, like the Malignant Worthlessness cover art, where the dude's just like all gnarly, just covered in maggots. Um, but yeah, it was censored. And then I went to the website, Bandcamp, and I typed in Pissgrave and it was like shadow banned. Like they were still in my collection, but they wouldn't come out if I searched for it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like that's fucked up. And I guess this is all starting. It's funny. I just made a video the other day, 2 3 days ago, entitled "Bandcamp." Like, is this the end? Like, is this the end as we know it? Like, is Bandcamp just gonna go under? Is it gonna get? I mean, it was bought out by Epic Games in March of 2022, and then Epic Games sold it to Songtrader in March of 2023 or November of 2023, and for the most part, the site has been pretty much the same. But now it is where we're at. Now album art is getting censored. You try to search for a band name and it's getting shadow banned, which is bullshit. It sucks. It's funny. I just made this video a few days ago, and now just yesterday I noticed that the album art was censored. It was just disappeared. It was gone. It was just like it was just nuked into fucking oblivion. And I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, fuck. So that sucks. Um, I don't. It's just to me, it's just insane right now in the age of smartphones and everyone's just on their phone. No one's really like on a desktop or a computer. Maybe if they're doing business and stuff, yeah. But like when it comes to your own entertainment for your own, you know, yeah, I guess for your own entertainment, it's just stupid to feel that you have to cancel or censor something or someone as an artist, especially in music, just because you don't like it. It's just like, bro, you're on, you're on your phone, bro. All you have to do is just do this, and the problem's gone. You could just move on to something else, and in the realms of art and expression, obviously if you're doing something that's hardcore against the law and something that's extremely illegal, that's a whole different fucking story. We're just talking about musicians, art, music within that realm, within that sphere. As long as nobody's getting hurt, no one should give a fuck what another person's beliefs and what a person does in their spare time is what it is that they're doing. Like, who gives a shit? Just like, mind your own business. And just another thing going on from censorship, I want to move on to NSBM. I personally don't really give a fuck. Like, if a band, like, I don't really care. Like, there's so many bands that I didn't even know were NSBM until people just couldn't stop flapping their gums about it. And in their mind, they think they're like doing the right thing, and they're like, we're gonna fight the good fight, and we're gonna cancel all these NSBM bands because it's wrong. And if you're a fucking NAZI, you deserve to be fucking canceled. Which I get, it's bigoted, it's stupid, it's retarded. Of course it is. Racism is one of the ultimate forms of bigotry. But I just think it's to me it's hilarious how some of these people that want to cancel all these bands. Well, one, they're being counterproductive because those same people that just can't keep their fucking names out of their fucking mouth, like this band and that band and Moon Goat and Goat Moon and Satanic War Master and all this stupid shit, right? It's like, all you're really doing is just spreading the word of these bands and this whole like, holy shit, ooh la la, oh, I'm not supposed to listen to this, I'm not supposed to like it. All you're really doing in the end is just creating more and more intrigue, and you're just creating more and more traffic with more and more people wanting to know what it's all about. Like, what is this all about? I didn't even know this shit existed. Now I'm interested. Now you have my attention. Now I'm going to look into it. And I honestly think the people that are so like anti, like that's all they like. They're so happy and proud that like that's all they do. They just want to cancel NSBM bands. Um, it's those people that have spread the word and the message and the popularity for those bands more than any group of people. It's just insane to me. It's like, but I mean, whatever, right? Everyone's different. People fucking, everyone has to bitch about something, you know. I'm bitching about people bitching, so whatever what the fuck do I know? But in the grand scheme of things, bro, I really don't give a fuck. I can always separate the art from the artist. If I'm listening to an album, right? Gives me an album, or they send me a link, and they're like, dude, check out this fucking album, bro, by fucking Pissworm or whatever the fuck, right? And then I listened to the entire album, and I'm like, dude, that was fucking amazing. I fucking love this shit. It's awesome. Everything of it just all it's all the check marks. It's all the check marks. You know, check, 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 check. Killer vocals, killer drums, guitars, riffs, dark, heavy, fucking pulverizing, brutal. You know, just it hits all the check marks. And then say someone, you know, the next day tells me like, oh, dude, by the way, that was an NSBM band. Me personally, I'm not gonna give a fuck. I'm not gonna give a flying fuck. Not because I think it makes me an edge lord or because I think it makes me fucking a hipster or whatever the fuck. It's just I'm not gonna give a shit. I'm not. It's not gonna affect my life. It's not gonna affect my day to day living. It's not gonna affect shit. It just isn't. And the music was badass, and I enjoyed the you know the tunes, and it just resonated with me in my own headspace and in my own you know abstract fucking you know preferences and what I like hearing in the music that I listen to. And if it just hits all those sweet spots, like I really don't give a fuck. Ultimately, I really don't. I don't give a shit. These motherfuckers ain't gonna invite me to their house for dinner. And when I die, they're sure as fucking going to my funeral. So I really don't give a fuck. I just don't. I just don't give a shit. This whole fucking virtue. Look at my virtue. I'm so virtuous. Like, because I'm on social media, you know, canceling these bands. Like, it's just fucking stupid. To me, it's just fucking stupid, you know. Yes, racism is one of the ultimate forms of bigotry. In that same light, just let people have it. Just let them have it. Let all these little groups of fucking, you know, light skinned and blonde hair and blue eyes and just like, yeah, we're rough and tough. Like, just let them have it. Let them be bigots in their own little separate corner of the world. There's 0.0000015% of the fucking human population. Who gives a fuck? You know, it's not gonna change anything. It's not changing shit. You know, like I just think it's hilarious, you know, like how all the fucked up shit in the world that's going on, all the fucked up shit in the world, right? Just famine and wars and just flame wars and the left and the right and you know all this stupid just insanity that's going on in the world, right? And they think like one of the root causes of it all is if we just cancel these NSBM bans, the world will be a better place. It's like, dude, it's not even a drop in the fucking bucket. Like it's not even. It won't even. Doesn't. It's not even going to cause a ripple in the vast oceans of shit that are plaguing and fucking bringing the human race down and down and down and down and down until we're gonna forget what the fuck it even means to be human anymore. Um, and it's like fucking transhumanism at best, fucking start putting chips in our brains and all this stupid crazy shit, right? AI and all this insanity. And but yeah, it's like if NSBM disappears entirely tomorrow, like the world's gonna be such a better place now because of it. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. It's fucking retarded. It's fucking stupid. Let them be bigots. Let them have it. Let them have their own little fucking corner. their obscure little corner in the metal sphere and just let them have it. As long as they're not hurting people, they're not like physically out like marching up on people's yards and like fucking dragging them out of their houses. Like, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Nine times out of 10, you fucking go, where to walk up to one of these motherfuckers face to face and be like, "Yo, what's up? You gonna get down or what? You gonna talk the talk? You gonna walk the walk? Let's do this right now." 99 times out of 100, those fucking pussies ain't gonna fucking. They're just gonna walk the other way. They've never been smacked in the fucking face. They've never been kicked in the fucking throat. They've never been in a fight. So like they're not. It's all talk and no walk. So who gives a fuck, bro? They ain't gonna do shit. But anyway. And last but not least, on this thing about censorship, right? I'm talking about how Bandcamp's starting to evolve and they're like censoring album covers now. Um, NSBM, I think it's hilarious that the people that are so anti NSBM are pretty much their biggest supporters because they help spread the message and the mystique, the aura of these bands. I have heard and discovered more NSBM from people that are anti NSBM. That's all. Just gonna leave it at that. But and last but not least, on the topic of censorship, I was going to talk about Varg for a little bit. Everybody's favorite punching bag in black metal. Um, the lead singer and songwriter of Bursum. I was always a huge fan of Varg's YouTube channel, the Thulean Perspective. I didn't always agree with everything he said. Obviously, I mean, I'm from fucking South Texas, bro. I'm fucking Mexican or Hispanic, Mexican, whatever. I wasn't born in Mexico, but growing up, I had family in Mexico. I'd always go to Mexico as a kid. I'm fucking brown skinned. I'm fucking, I was raised here in the southern slumps of South Texas, as south as it fucking gets. I could drive and I'll be in Mexico in fucking 15, 20 minutes. But anyway, so yeah, it's like, I always just, even though I don't agree with everything that Varg says, he still has the right to have his voice and his opinion like everybody else does. And even if he's preaching like, and one of the reasons I respect Varg, and all his faults and whatever his flawed ideologies, right? If there's one thing that I do respect about Varg is that he practices what he preaches. And again, it may be obscure to me and I think it's insane. It's like, why be so proud of something that you have no control over, right? Like, oh, I'm brown and I have these genes from, whatever, and my ancestors are from Europe, or my ancestors are from fucking England, or my ancestors are from Africa, or whatever, right? Like, why be so proud of something that you had nothing to do with? You're just born into the mix of 1 in 8 billion motherfuckers on this planet, right? So why be so proud and happy over something you have no control of? But not everybody's gonna think the same way, right? Some people want to preserve their bloodline, or they think, whatever the fuck that could border Nazi ideology or whatever. But again, this is talk about this for hours, and then I make you can flip it either way. Like, oh well, I kind of understand what you're saying, or you're a Nazi apologist and you're a fucking bigot and you're just as stupid as him or whatever. And fine, people can think whatever the fuck they want to think. I'm trying to get down to the bottom because I don't want this to be a fucking 50-minute video. Even though I don't agree with everything that Varg says, I believe he has the right to voice his opinions. And if there's one thing I respect about Varg, is that he practices what he preaches, and he lives like in a fucking cabin, off the grid with like his blonde haired, blue eyed wife and his little blonde haired, blue eyed children, and he's putting his thoughts and his not his philosophy, but his the things that he preaches or the things that he talks about. He doesn't just say it; he's actually doing it. He's actually living the life that he desires for himself and his family. And it's not just something that he's saying just for the sake of shock value or for the sake of just flapping his gums, and then at the end of the day, he's not even in line or in sync with the things that he's saying. So again, for all his faults and for all his, skewed ways of, it's an unrealistic way to view the world, right? Because I mean, talk about crossbreeding and keeping the bloodline pure and all this shit, right? It's a stupid fucking subject because at the end of the day, I mean, There's 8 billion motherfuckers sharing one planet, and not everybody's born under the same circumstances. Just because you were born in fucking Norway or wherever the fuck you were born, and you happen to carry certain genes, like, how are you gonna expect everyone else to fall in line with you and view your worldview as the ultimate righteous worldview, or whatever? But he's dealt the cards that he was dealt, and whatever. Like, at least he. How can I say this? I guess there's no other way to say it. The only reason I do respect him, just even though I don't agree with everything he says, and I sound like a broken record, is that like 99% of people today, that they just talk shit or spew something, or they just regurgitate something else they heard somewhere else, and it's not even their original or their own actual, view of the world, or their own actual, you know, philosophy, or how they view the world. It's not even theirs. They're just kind of just jumping on this one hype train, or they're jumping on this other, you know, hype train ideology that's just the big thing right now. And they're just sheep led to the fucking slaughter. But at least with him. By the way, I made a TikTok, even though I don't use it at all, and I have like friends and family that are following me on TikTok. And I'm, what the fuck? How the fuck are they finding me? China, bro, fucking China, 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 China. But yeah, I pretty much just made a TikTok just to follow Varg. Like, I'll just follow him, and that's it. Just to like see what he's saying now. Like, I've always just found him an interesting person, an interesting character. I don't like worship the ground he walks on. I don't carve burzum into my inner thigh or whatever. Like, I don't believe everything he says, but I always felt like it was bullshit that he got booted off of YouTube. And I always just enjoyed his content. I'm from South motherfucking Texas. I always just enjoyed seeing somebody who was one of the pioneers in the second wave of black metal. And I always just enjoyed seeing his lifestyle, like someone on the other side of the planet. And at least he's being sincere, he's being honest with his worldview. And it was just interesting to me, right? And he got canceled, and just like 2-3 weeks ago, I made a TikTok just to follow Varg, just to like, and I don't even use it. Like, I don't TikTok's just too. There's already enough poisonous fucking apps draining my life's blood that I don't need another one. I don't need to fucking be TikToking on a fucking phone. And I've only seen like 2 or 3 of the videos on his account. Like I said, I don't like worship the ground he walks on. I don't think he's not my fucking like role model, my Messiah, my Alpha and Omega, Lord and Jesus Savior. Like, I don't like worship the ground he walks on, but I've always just found him like an interesting cat, an interesting character. And I pretty much just made a TikTok just to follow Varg because he got canceled on YouTube, and I thought that was bullshit. I just respect him for that. That at least he's walking the walk, and he's put his preaching into practice, and he's living the life that he's always said he was going to live. And that's respectable, whether you think it's bigoted or whatever. But he's just doing him. As long as he's not hurting anybody, he's not burning people alive, he's not forcing, this shit down people's throats. People can make up their own fucking mind about anything in this fucking world, especially nowadays. A lot of these confrontations, a lot of these exchanges are just happening online, on your phone. And you could just swipe away, hit click, and then just stop looking at it. Just go like that. Just go like this, bro. Bro, just go like this, bro. Problem solved, bro. Bro, problem solved, bro. And that's it. That's it. Censorship is bullshit. There should be no place for it in the year 2025. In the realm, in the sphere of, music, musicians, ideologies, philosophies, within that realm of just metal, extreme music, and freedom of expression, censorship is the ultimate form just of just bullshit. I don't think there shouldn't be a place for it. And the more you yell and scream and shout at the top of your lungs about how this is bad or that's bad, or don't listen to this, don't listen to that band, all you're really doing is just creating more buzz, creating more intrigue, and you're just putting more eyes on the thing that you want to fucking erase and cancel and fucking censor. So, just my thoughts. That's about all. Peace the fuck out.